Okay, everyone, I've decided to make a video basically about my opinions on Between the Buried and Me. In my recent videos, I have just shown you what I thought basically of what they've done and whatnot. But if I'm just making another video to include a new CD that I got by them, Coma Ecliptic, which was their 2015 release last year, and also to give greater detail of what I think about them and what they've done with their name and whatnot. So they originally, their first album was, they're self-titled, and I thought this was really good at the time. This is when I was getting into them and when I liked colors the most, I still think that More of Myself to Kill is an amazing song. Since my last video, I've listened to this a few times, and I do have to say that I kind of shat on it a little bit. It is actually pretty good if you like metalcore. It is not death metal, and I will always believe that it's not death metal. It's not fucking death metal, but everybody says that it is, and they're gonna kill you if you say anything different. So that's nice. I do enjoy this, but it isn't my absolute favorite. That is gonna come up in a couple of minutes. Okay, forgot about this one. Oh fuck, I caught that. Cool. Okay, so Silent Circus was one of my favorites for a while. This was after seeing them in November, late November, in St. Andrews Hall. I thought this was amazing. I think that the tracks Mordecai, Camellia Roads, Destructo Spin, Aesthetic, and Added Glum, whatever the fuck you say for that. I don't know how to pronounce that, but those are amazing tracks, and you should all check them out. They also, they do have a very melodic and light side. It's very gentle and you could say beautiful and shit like that. So if you want to listen to that specifically, listen to track 5, 6, and 7 in a row. Reaction, Shovel Take, Chevenel Take 2, and Ad Aid, whatever the fuck that is. So this is their second album, by the way, if I didn't say that. And I do like it. It just isn't my favorite. Sounds like the other videos. Now we have Alaska, which was their third one. Actually, yeah, I think this is their third one. This is one of my favorites, and it's fucking amazing. This is when they started to become a lot more progressive, and then in their times of being heavy, they were less metalcore. So you basically, I guess you could enjoy it more. Just in general, they became a lot better. So All Bodies, great fucking album, and I really like the chorus for that. Alaska, Selkies is beautiful. It has a very small part that's heavy, and then it's soaring riffs and shit like that. It's really, really good. Breathe In, Breathe Out. That's kind of it gives you a better atmosphere, and it, I don't know, it kind of helps make the album. It ties it together, I guess, in a way. I don't know. Roboturner, I kind of forget what that is like, but I have a feeling that was one of their better tracks. It's kind of funny. I don't remember a good track. Backwards Marathon, one of my favorite songs. I love the part where it continuously says it's raining, it's raining, it's raining, and then he progressively gets more high pitch, and then he sounds like something like fucking Aerosmith or something like that. I don't know. He just has this really over the top high pitched voice at the end, and I really like that. The primer is very good. My friends ask me what kind of music I like, what kind of shit I usually listen to. So I played Laser Speed, and They think I'm a hipster. Which is, I guess that's true. I don't fucking know. But they think I'm a faggot who listens to elevator music. So that's nice. But this is a very, very good album. And I recommend that you get this, or at least buy it, or check it out, and let me know what you think, So there's that. Colors. This is what got everybody into Between the Buried and Me. This is one of their most beloved, if not the most beloved album that they've ever done. Probably next to either Parallax or Alaska. But Colors is when they proceeded to become more heavy, I guess. I found that they were less all over the place, less traditional, I guess, but they had more thick, heavy parts, I guess, and then they would have long, melodic, and progressive parts. So, I guess, I think it was Informal Gluttony. They had a huge part of the song where he says "Feed me fear" or something like that. And it's very nice and pleasant, and if someone's just walking by, they think you're gay or something, and if they hear that, they think you are homo or some shit, so that's nice. But really, they're all over the place, and I like that a lot. One thing that people don't like is track 4, "Son of Nothing." It's a really good song, but I think it's 2 minutes in. They have they have a quick carnival segment going on, which I don't really give a fuck about. I think it's fine. It suits them. I mean, look at Silent Circus. It's a fucking circus, man. Get over it. No, but I'm fine with it. They're just, I think they're allowed to do whatever the fuck they want because they pull off everything correctly, I guess. But I think that Prequel to the Sequel is one of my favorite tracks by them. No doubt, it is one of their best. So that's that. And this is what got me into them. Who actually recommended this was Cover Killer Nation. And he talked about it, and I was playing some Counter-Strike or some shit. And, I put it on, and I was playing some games, Didn't think too much about it, and then I go to see Trivium with my uncle, and then he asked if I've been discovering any new bands, and I told him I heard of them, Between the Buried and Me, that is. And he's a huge fucking fan, and he's what got me into them. I mean, he's what got me into them, but I found out about them by Cover Killer Nation. So if he ever sees this or whatever, thank you. Very unlikely though. Now we have Great Misdirect. This one is fucking awesome. This is when they started to take a turn for the best, really. After Colors, I didn't really see them doing anything with them, with that sort of sound, that sort of theme. It was all just abstract shit, it was really, their album themes were all just abstract. That's how I kind of saw it. Except for Alaska. I just see that album theme as hypothermia or some shit. But this one is, it's about fucking aliens, It's about connecting with the masters of the universe or something, some shit like that, and not being understood so when you finally find your reason in life, society doesn't recognize that or doesn't accept what you want to do with yourself or something like that, that's kind of how I've seen this album. But I think that this track has no bad songs at all. They did not fuck up with a thing about this track, this whole album. Mirrors was one of the best intros I've ever heard, except for the Colors intro. That was glorious, But All of these tracks, especially Swim to the Moon, are perfect. Absolutely astonishing. I really, really enjoyed this, and my mom got this for me in December, and it wasn't my favorite. I just told her about the band and said, "Here, can you give me colors?" And I think I like the self-title the most, and she got me colors, Dillinger Escape Plans, Ironworks, and then this one. And within the week of discovering that this was the best one, I had listened to it like 20 times in a whole fucking week. So yeah, I like it this much, and I think you guys should all check it out. So yeah, do so. Now this was the first CD that I bought, Parallax 2, and this is when I went to go see them, which was very fun. I had a great time, except I'm very new to like concerts and shit, so I did some stupid shit, but let's just forget about that. This is really, really cool. I mean, I kind of feel like they're just pushing at this point, I felt like they were just pushing the abstract shit. They were just trying to be a little weird, a little unique, one could say. Yeah, that's better. Oh, if you don't know what that is right here on the left, that is a sun, and then what's on the right is a planet with moons, and those swirly lines are the magnetic fields based on which are being warped by the sun's plasma blast, or whatever the fuck you call them. So I think that's cool that they actually had that art. I think that the weakest song on this is actually Astral Body. I don't like this one very much. It's just meh, It's not, I mean, it's not bad, but it's just meh. Lay Your Ghost to Rest is one of their best songs. One thing that I really like about Between the Buried and Me is they take each song, almost all of their songs lead into another song. Actually, a lot of them lead into a lot of the songs. But in this album, pretty much every song leads into the next song. So you have Lay Your Ghost to Rest goes into Autumn, which is static or whatever, or is it a space sound Star Trek shit, right? Which is like a minute or two, and then it leads into I hate this one. Extremophile Elite, which then goes into Parallax. Oh wait, no, Extremophile Elite does not go into Parallax. Parallax goes into the Black Box, which then goes into Telos. Not my favorite, but if Black Box is played first, and yeah, I like it a lot, actually. Can't be played by itself. That's what I'm trying to say. And then you have Bloom. Bloom is probably my favorite song, one of my favorite songs by them. Because, I mean, if you ever look up the lyrics, they're fucking hilarious, I guess. And then, midway through the song, it turns into a surf rock song. Which is, I think that's fucking cool. Okay, the second paragraph is be hop skippity tippity tap those toes. What the fuck? Okay, I really like this band, and this is one of the reasons why, because they just do whatever the fuck they want. That leads into Melting City, which is one of my favorite songs by them. And of course, every song by them is my favorite song. Melting City has a fucking flute solo. Enough said. And then you have Silent Flight Paramount. Just listen to it. Get your jet fuel ready, because it's pretty dank, And then the newest one by them, Coma Ecliptic. I really like it. It's very, very cool. We have a lot of ambient atmospheric noises going on, but I mean, I gotta listen to it a couple more times to form an actual opinion. But my favorite songs so far are Dim Ignition, Fan Wolf, King Serene, Queen Serene, or King Redeem, and then the ectopic stroll. So that's that. I really enjoy this album. Actually, I've listened to it. I've fallen asleep to it, which is always good for me, at least. And it's really good, I guess. They always have great art. One thing I don't like about this one, and this is fucking cool. I guess this picture just resembles no matter what we do, we're connected to the universe and to nature, and we can't disconnect or whatever, you know. I guess this is picture deciding, you know, whether to move on or fucking kill yourself. Faggot, kill yourself. I don't know what this means, but KKK confirmed. btbam is KKK. Alright. If you guys have any recommendations or whatever, I'd be glad to accept any. Actually, please, because I'm not sure what to get next. Wait, fuck that. Okay, I don't think I really went into good detail with this. Kind of fucked up a little bit, but it's my dog. Okay. I found that this album is it does have an ambient feel. It sort of has this looming effect of... Wait, fuck this. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna end the video with describing how I feel about what each album means, I guess, or what I've seen, or what I've seen. Okay, so I mean, this is gonna be a very vague idea of what Coma Ecliptic means, but I think it means that we were endlessly sleeping, I guess. Until we die or something like that, or while we sleep we experience life at its fullest, maybe something along those lines. I have no idea. I think the Parallax 2 means, or the whole purpose of this album was to basically describe what they feel about how the universe was made, to show that spirituality and science are the same thing, and their take on spirituality, I think, is I guess, you know, Buddhism or some shit like that, or, you know, that shit that's kind of out there, right? And how they're basically the same thing, you know. And I think, I mean, I don't really know. I don't really have an opinion on that sort of shit. I already went over this, how when we finally want to know what we want to do, we are not accepted for what we want to do. I think Alaska was, it was Colors first. Colors, I think this was, basically, when one tries to see the life in things, the life in life, you know, people question whoever it is or whatever, and they find it abstract. You know, this album has a heavy theme of insanity, you know, this constant insanity or whatever, you know, and I think it's the cause of insanity for this, you know, poor individual is, you know, not actual insanity, but legitimately just, you know, wanting to live life and enjoy stuff, you know, and how, you know, society wants to take that from us, you know, or whatever. I keep fucking this up. Okay, Alaska. I'm not sure what this is, what it means. I think it is, I have no fucking idea. Silent Circus, I think, is about how you can give all you want to life, but it will never give back in an equal amount. That's just how it is. It's pretty fucked up. That's what I think it is. I don't know. And, I have no idea what this means. So, the reason why I did this was for the fuck of it. I hate interpreting shit because it does take away from the meaning of the song. Actually, it's, you know, if you try to figure out what the meaning of the song, it can take away from the meaning of the song, you know, which I try really hard not to do. But I mean, if it's stuff like this, like fucking Great Misdirect, then I'm probably gonna do it, you know, because it's just so fucking cool. I want to know what they're thinking, you know. But I really don't like doing that because it can take away from your experience of listening to them, you know, and just in general not be as pleasant as it could be, you know. So, I mean, for example, you have Trivium, you know, they have a song called Like to Flies, you know. I thought at the time it was one of their best songs, and then I looked it up what it meant, you know, and the band said how the song's about, you know, how insensitive people are, and I just wanted to fucking slam a fucking wall with a hammer, because that's one of the dumbest fucking meanings I've ever heard for a song. That actually ruined it for me, and then that was the start of me hating them, you know, because I realized how fucking dull they are, you know, which, you know, and then I fucking buy one of their albums, you know, because I'm a genius, you know, but I do think that it detracts from the experience, and I think that, you know, a lot of the time the artists don't even know what they're, you know, writing or doing, you know. This I found to either be, you know, honestly, it's probably they just wanted to produce some really cool sounds, you know. They wanted to establish a new footwork for their upcoming material, and you know, Coma Ecliptic it's almost a fucking clone of Parallax's melodic and it's gentle stuff. So with Coma Ecliptic, you'll have, it's all like the whole fucking thing is all progressive, beautiful, melodic, and soft parts. There's like, I'd say there's maybe like 7% heavy growls and shit like that, you know. That's probably it. And really, I just find that like Parallax is them just trying to establish a new footwork, so there's not really much to you know, examine or dissect or some shit like that, you know. And I think the whole, like, trying to figure out what the artists mean, what they mean by their albums is kind of pointless, and can be harmful in a way, because if you look at, you know, depressive, suicidal black metal, it's all, you know, it's depressing, you know. I mean, who could guess, you know? But it's, a lot of the shit is pretty sad, you know, and that's kind of gay to want to be sad, you know. I'd say you're pretty edgy, and you should, you know, it's edgy as fuck, and I don't like that. But with this sort of music, like Pig Destroyer, Jennifer, the whole Jennifer story, I mean, that's kind of like, you know, it's basically a dude who is obsessed with a girl, and eventually, I think, rapes her and kills her and mutilates her body, and then ends up killing himself or something like that. That's how I interpret that, you know. And then it's like, why would I want to fucking, you know what that means? It's pretty disgusting, and, you know, it's fucked up, man. Hurt my feeling. And I think that, you know, when bands make really meaningful shit and just, you know, and then it's like, I mean, you can take, okay, prime example of what I'm talking about, I mean, btbam is a prime example in many ways, is Cynic, you know. I don't think that there's a set in stone, you know, idea of what, you know, Tristan Era is, or any of the songs are. I think that however the album makes you feel about your past experiences in your life is how you're supposed to interpret it. You know, it's supposed to, however it makes you feel is the way it's supposed to feel, you know, and you should never try and change that, because then you just fucked up the whole album for yourself, You know, the only way you could possibly change that is listen to it a bunch of times and just like it. You know, come to a conclusion that you like it, but don't listen to it too much to hate it. So I know this is kind of a rant, and I've always wanted to explain this. You know, I haven't made a lot of videos, but I feel like that it would be a good idea to establish why I'm not going to go into detail of, you know, what Terra Fear is about, you know, because that shit's fucking disgusting and probably about someone who just like raped and killed shit, you know, just whatever, you know. And a lot of stuff like Obscura, it's like, what the fuck does this even mean? It's boring, you know. So that's kind of why I'm not going to go into detail of shit like that. I thought I'd go into it now and explain why I'm not going to. Just get out of the way and whatnot. So thank you guys for watching, and if you stayed by this long, then you a G, nigga. Bye.